All right, so Brian Kelly is next on the list. Man, this is crazy to the start of the football season when you look at we've already talked about the job openings, but like think about some of the schools that are open. Like we saw Florida obviously open with Billy Napier. You saw Penn State open. This is the most firings before November in the history of college football. The buyouts and the money that's being thrown around is absolutely nuts. And so I don't want to hear about money and teams not having money. So the LSU job, to me, this job goes right to the top of the list. And like it's not a rebuild at LSU. And the expectation. Now listen, I think that comes with good and that comes with bad because the expectation at LSU when you get hired is just like when Brian Kelly got hired. The last three coaches won national championships. Like Ed Orgeron did that. Les Miles did that. Nick Saban did that. The state of Louisiana, the pride, the high school football. Now, that world has changed, obviously, but this is not a good job. This is a great job. But you have to be great. And you can't just be an average coach. You can't be somewhat good. If you don't win championships, your tenure will be a failure. And Kelly, most what he's going to be known for is when you look at Brian Kelly is weirdness, right? Like it was a weird fit. Now listen, if you win, the fit works. If you win, it doesn't matter. Les Miles won, he was chewing grass and it was okay, right? Like that was fine. But you have to win consistently. You have to win at a big time level. Brian Kelly and the coordinators, I think, was something that really went wrong. Like Mike Dimbrock was there, who's an elite OC, who left and obviously went back to Notre Dame after a little while being with Brian Kelly. Like Bob Diaco went to be a head coach who was there with him for a long time. Like one of Brian Kelly's secret sauce over the years was having great coordinators, a la the team that just beat him, like senseless. Mike Elko, former DC, right? And then, okay, how about the guy the week before, Clark Lee, the Vanderbilt head coach, another former Brian Kelly assistant. So he's always been really, really good at that. How about Tony Moffitt, who got fired from LSU by Brian Kelly, longtime strength coach who won 3 national championships. He went to A&M. So the staff hires when he came in, the way it was handled, the Southern accent, the recruiting pictures, like all of it, man, it just didn't fit. It didn't work. Now, if he'd have won again, everybody would have forgotten all of that and it wouldn't have mattered. But Brian Kelly's a good football coach. He always has been. I think the misses in the assistant coaches is what ultimately got him fired. Finally get the defense working a little bit. The timing didn't work well because you had Jaden Daniels at superstar level, offense at a superstar level. Then you had Nuss doing it. And like, it just didn't fit together at any point in time with the history. And Brian Kelly's personality didn't fit. Like older, from up north, not a Cajun type of guy. So let's now spin it to who's next. And I don't know, Lane Kiffin, I think it's going to be very hard to say no to this job. Like, I know Lane's happy, and I said I didn't think he would leave for Florida because he's happy. He's got everything he wants. Now, this is a different animal. Like, this is a tailor-made job with swag. You've got to have dudes with swag. You got to have an edge about you. Lane Kiffin's got an edge, right? Like Lane Kiffin knows how to coach offense. Lane Kiffin has adapted to this new school model exceptionally well. Lane Kiffin's winning at a high level. I think it's going to be really hard for Lane to say no to LSU. And I would make it abundantly clear. And I would make it harder for him to say no. I would throw a lot of zeros in his direction. And I'm going to make Lane say no. I'm absolutely going to make him say no. And I think once you get past that point, I think it gets interesting because we're going to go for the names now, or we're going to go for the guys that have connections. And Joe Brady's a guy that has connections. You remember that offense, right? Like the offense that just scored again, that never got stopped with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson that won a national championship. Well, he was the architect. He was the guy. He's went to the NFL. He's with the Buffalo Bills now as an OC. He's got that LSU swag to him too, an offensive coach that knows how to draw up football plays, obviously at a really elite level, a high level. He's another guy that I think is going to be mentioned, right off the rip. And then John Sumrall, obviously it's not a far move, right? Like moving down the road from Tulane. And he's won at a high clip at Troy. Tulane, I think he's 38-10 as a coach. Like got some confidence to him, got some stuff to him, which I think that's another thing too. I think Cajuns want a little bit of that something to you. Louisianans want a little of that something to you. They've got the passion, they've got the energy, they love their squad. They need somebody that they can rally behind. So those are three names, to consider with this job. But it's a good job. It's a great job. And this job moves from, right now, as soon as they open, it moves from the bottom of the list to the top because coaches are going to love the opportunity to coach. It's not a good job. It's a great job. You don't go there to win. You go there to win national championships. So some pressure will also come with it.